We are Susie and Rolls. That's short for Roland, by the way.
Enchanté.
Follow our lives renovating a 15th century chateau and citadel. Together with our rescue fur babies, Big Baxter, Mad Max and little Lexi, our beaver. You may be wondering what all that commotion was about. Well, we got a new family member.
Yes.
Thanks to the dogs.
A rescue family member, another one. I was setting up the camera to do a little bit of filming, and out the corner of my eye I suddenly saw Baxter run off. And then I saw Max, and there was this little white dove, and it was just struggling to get high enough away from the dogs, and it managed to, but it couldn't sustain its flight for very long, so it came back down again, and I was chasing after the dogs, and they were chasing after it, and it took off again. It was a right mess. And Susie heard all this commotion and came running out. Fortunately, I was able to grab the dogs, and you grabbed the bird, didn't you? But
yeah, but they grabbed its tail, and now it's got no tail feathers.
No, but it's very lucky to be alive, and it seems to be.
It's quite tame.
Yeah, it seems to be quite tame.
And actually, we went to Monbrico today, and they've got a pet and garden department there, and they have got these doves in there. I think they're ringneck doves. But
just move the camera in so you can see if we can get a closer look of her.
We can't release her because she's tame. She wouldn't survive. And I think she's escaped from somewhere. So now I need to buy another one. They did have some in there, but they're €36 each.
Yeah, you can see the tail feathers just missing.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can see that. So I'll just try and
She's really sweet.
Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, but she seems quite happy. She doesn't seem to be any worse for wear.
She's eating and drinking and making little noises, contented noises.
Yeah, she seems happy enough in herself. Probably feels a lot safer.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the dogs haven't noticed her, have they? We've had her inside.
Lexi's heard her a few times, and
the other two haven't even noticed her. So,
but yeah, she can fly up onto that perch I put there, and she can get up and down, so that's good. So it looks like I'll have to get her a mate, and Rolls is going to have to get the outbuildings done with the chicken run, so we can put her in there with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll add that to my list.
Actually, she's got 2 tail feathers regrowing, I can see.
Oh, that's good. So there you go. So what are we going to call her?
I don't know.
I was suggesting Snowdrop. Bit obvious, I know, but...
Don't know, any thoughts? Answers on a postcard.
You're showing your age.
Yeah, I know.
Right, this super cupboard. This shelf was here. However, it wasn't actually fixed. It was just on these 2 rather crudely put together pieces of wood. So it's more of a trestle table rather than a shelf. So I'm going to dispense with these and then put a batten in here and a batten in the other side, and then the shelf can rest on top of that. I'm not going to fix the shelf to the batten because Susie wants to paint. Excuse me. So I'll just prepare it, get the battens on. I'll probably put the shelf in just to get it out of the way. And then when she wants to paint the inside, we can take the shelf out easily enough. And later I may fix it to the battens if it needs it, but it probably doesn't need it. So pretty sturdy piece of wood. It's got a crack running through here, just to here, but that's not a problem. It's not as solid as this old beast here, this shelf, but it's perfectly adequate. And it came out of here, so I might as well put it back in. So that's what I'm going to do now. tip for you. If you're ever putting up a shelf in an enclosed space like that, before you fix your second batten, make sure you can get the shelf up there. Otherwise, you've got to take it off again. And that wouldn't have fitted past it. So I'm going to fit that now. And obviously, if we need to take the shelf out, I'll just unscrew that and then it can pop out again.
Well, if you watched our Wednesday episode, I showed these, what I thought were food scoops, but they're not. I thought that because they were in here, which I've since found is called a potager. It's the equivalent to our range cooker. And I explained on Wednesday that coals would have gone in here and here and here, and the food would have been heated like an oven. Our friend and subscriber Muriel came to dinner the other week and she kept looking at this. She Googled it and she sent me a link, to a Wikipedia link, and it actually shows what it is. It's called a potager. So anyway, these, what I thought were scoops, aren't. So we're going to have a bit of fun and we'll tell you at the end of the video what they are. But thank you to Richard. Max is getting in on the scene. It's not food, Max. He sent us a message to let us know what they were, and we googled it. So it's quite interesting. I'll just show you. They've got holes along here, which I thought was for straining food. So I don't know if you can see that. And a little handle here. So this is what I was working on Wednesday. I've re-cemented these pots in. This one was a bit broken, but it's... Hello, Max. Good boy. As you can see, we've put the logs underneath here. I did think about putting dog beds under there, but I don't think the dogs are going to go in there now because they like laying in front of the wood burner on the rug. The other thing, and one of our viewers suggested it, but it had crossed my mind, because we don't want to lose the history of this cupboard, to get a piece of toughened glass to put on the top of here so we can still use the cupboard and not hide them away, and we can still see them. So we're going to get a price for a piece of toughened glass.
Well, it's that time of the year when you have to accept that summer is long gone and it's not going to be back until next year. So there's no point this swing seat being out here. We've had some beautiful weather, autumnal weather, the last 2 or 3 weeks, but we still haven't found time to sit out here. So if we haven't sat out here in the last couple of weeks or so, we're not going to now until the spring. So needs to go away for the winter. See, that one's looking a bit sorry for itself, where it's been sitting on the ground all summer, but it was, in fairness, pretty rotten back in the UK, but it had a year in storage, so it all dried out, but I just haven't had time to do it. So that's a job for the spring, just to get any of this, just take this little bit off and put a new piece on, and this will last for years. We've had it years and years. But it'll still be good for a lot more years yet.
this copper bucket was left here, and now we've done the fire, I thought it would be ideal for putting newspaper in and firelighters and the heat resistant gloves, just to get them out of the way. But I thought I'd give it a clean first. See how it comes up. I don't think it's going to come up the shiny brass, but we'll see. Or copper, I should say. We bought these at the Funny Farm Cat Rescue, fire dogs. So I just thought I'd give these a polish up as well.
Now, we've got an awful lot of wood. We've got so much wood. Hello, Max. Gonna ruin it again, are you? Yeah, I know. Where was I? Yeah, we've got so much wood, we don't actually have to worry about lack of wood for a couple of years. I think I've got an archive picture of all the pile of wood I've got, so I'll show you. And that's been in the barn however many years, we don't really know. It's well seasoned. Proving rather tough to cut, but we're getting there. Anyway, we've been using quite a lot of it up, just in the evenings when we've had the fire on. We haven't had it on during the day because we haven't needed to, but in the evenings it's just started to turn chilly. We haven't had the central heating on yet, so we've been sitting here having dinner and whatever. But we thought, well, that's using quite a lot of wood. And in the UK, our log burner that we had was a multi-fuel one where we could put coal on the bottom and then wood on top, and that was a slower but hot burn. So we're not quite used to just having nothing but wood. Anyway, we did a bit of research into it, and we found a slightly different method, because traditionally you put your kindling wood at the bottom with maybe a firelighter or some paper and some smaller pieces of wood, and then build it up with logs, and then you light it and off you go. Whereas the system we found was actually burning from the top down. And we thought, well, that sounds a bit odd, but there was a logic behind the explanation. So we thought we'd try it last night. And I've been putting a log on every 15 minutes, 20 minutes if we want it a bit hotter. And I thought, well, you know, there's got to be a better way of doing that. So we tried it yesterday, and I must say I was really, really impressed. We didn't have to put any logs on for about 3.5 hours, nearer 4, and that was getting towards the end of the evening anyway, so we just put a big log on, and that was it. So it was much easier, and we used a lot less wood, and it threw out a lot more heat. And the theory is, because all the heat's at the top, concentrating on the top, it's heating all this very quickly, very hot, and that's throwing out more heat. And it's a slower burn. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to show you what we did. you may not want to do it, you may have your own wood burner and be doing it for years and more than happy, but I thought it was really interesting and it really did seem to make a difference to us, so we're going to try it again tonight. Like that. Shut the door, all the vents are open, and if last night's anything to go by, that will burn nice and slowly all the way down, and it'll take 3 or 4 hours to do that. Perfect. Well, fire's on its way, hopefully a nice slow hot burn.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, wasn't it? You saw that, didn't you? You found it. So it's perfect. So thank you everyone. Thank you for watching. So if you'd be so kind as to subscribe, press the subscribe button and the notification bell. And obviously if you like this video, press the like as well. We like that. Thank you to Jane and Lynn who became patrons this week. And I know Jane's been commenting for a long time on our vlogs. So welcome to you both, and your support's much appreciated. Thank you.
And thank you for Brian and Kathy and Sally and Yvonne for buying us coffees. Thank you.
Thank you, it's very kind. And thank you for all watching, it's really great. Well, that's the end of the vlog, but of course there's a little mystery to solve. What are those spoons that never were? Sorry. Am I boring you? I'm back to boring and dithering. Anyway, if Susie can stay awake long enough, she'll give you the answer. What are they? So, thank you.
All will be revealed.
Yeah, all will be revealed, and we will see you Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, did you get it? They're actually shoes for cows or oxen, and it's to help their feet if they're walking on hard ground or working the land. So that sort of wraps around their hooves. They don't look very comfortable. And oddly enough, we have got a yoke here, which we're going to make into a light, which I'll show you. So this is the yoke. So the shoes probably belong to the 2 cows or oxen that pulled this.